Look, as I keep telling you, Coren Penhaligon, just because I'm named after a witch doesn't mean I actually am a witch. And anyway, what was I going to do? Ignore you? Or put a spell on you? He was stupidly relieved to hear there was an answering smile in her voice, but that voice also had a tight little edge to it. That wasn't like her. "Is everything okay?" he asked, leaning forwards, elbows on his desk, frowning. "You don't sound like yourself." Sybill sighed. "No, I'm fine. It's fine, just dealing with a tricky customer, that's all." "Oh." Coren relaxed a little and sat back in his seat. "Anything I can help with?" She laughed. "No, not really, but thanks for the offer." "How can I help you? Going by your SOS emergency text, I'm guessing you're about to make my woes seem insignificant." "Ah, at least it got your attention. Thank you again." "No problem. What is it, then?" "The latest exhibition Merrin has planned. You know the one I mean. The one she's been enthusing about for weeks. Well, she's finally decided that it's definitely going to be based on a summer costume ball." "Lovely. But is it based on any particular costume ball? I know Merrin and I had some conversations about all the different balls over the years. Our lovely Pencradoc seemed to quite like going to the things." "Yes, the one Elsie Pencradoc attended at a neighbouring property in 1911. The Duke of Trocaro, Elsie's uncle, was the head of the Pencradoc family at that time, and at one point the Pencradocs had owned both Wheelmount and Pencradoc itself. The party was at Elton Lacey, home to Sir Ernest and Lady Pearl Elton. Merrin wants our display rooms to sort of reflect the preparation that Lady Elsie would have put into getting ready and all that stuff before she went. I was wondering whether you had anything in your archives about it. Anything that we could use to demonstrate that it wasn't always just as easy as ordering a fancy dress outfit from eBay and hoping for the best." "I doubt eBay existed in 1911, said Sybill wryly. He heard her clicking at some buttons. Her computer keyboard, he guessed, as she searched her database. There was a wealth of information at Wheelmount from all aspects of the family's lives. Coren had worked out that Lady Elsie Pencradoc would have been 24 in the summer of 1911. Her father, Ellery, had died before Elsie was born. Ellery had been the Duke in the late 1800s, before Elsie's uncle Jago had inherited the title. Jago and his wife Alice had lived at Wheelmount, and Elsie, her mother Zena, and her stepfather, the artist Ruan Teague, had continued to live at Pencradoc with their family. Coren shivered. He remembered when he and Kit had first come to Pencradoc, and a portrait of Ellery had been in the hallway. It was the coldest, most unfriendly portrait he'd ever seen, and the thing had haunted him in more ways than one. Thankfully, that picture was long gone, and had been replaced by a portrait of Ellery's first wife, Rose. She was much more appealing to look at, and, as far as Coren was concerned, she more than deserved her place in the spotlight. Coren's mind roved to the marble bust of Elsie at the bottom of the stairway. It had been created when she was a small girl, and caused everyone who saw it to smile. She had grown into a talented artist and photographer, and as she was the double of Ruan Teague, tongues had wagged all her life as to her parentage. But, as Coren understood it, that had never seemed to bother Elsie. Sybill's voice brought Coren back to the present. "Ha! Here we go, yes. I've got some stuff that might help. Photos, invitations. Ooh, and some letters from that time. Lovely. OK, I'll have a rummage and I'll get back to you. There's quite a lot here that's new to me as well, to be honest. We had a student help us out on placement earlier in the year, and she spent a lot of time up in the attics being guided by Tammy. It's one of the jobs on my never-ending list to have a closer look at what she noted. Most of it is Pencradoc stuff, so I'd probably have only gone and searched through the Pencradoc boxes if you'd asked me to be fair." She sounded amused. "This is very exciting, I must say." "Thanks. Shall I come to you to pick it up?" "I'll come to you." There was a definite smile in her voice now. "You know how I love a trip to see you." "To see me?" He couldn't